राम 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 सर्वेभ्यः हृत्पूर्वक नमस्काराः स्वागतम्. Welcome to the 27th session of Shivananda Laharyaha Anandanubhavaha. We have completed 40 verses, and from the past 2 weeks we had revision sessions of 21 to 40. So today we will start learning from the 41st verse. Let us begin with the Guru Vandanam and Dhyana Shlokas. Gururev gatirgurumev bhaje Gurunaiva sahasmi namo gurave Na guroh paramam shishurasmi guroh Matirasti gurau mama pahi guroh Shruti smriti purana करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् सौन्दर्यलहरी कर्त्रे सर्वमङ्गलदायिने शङ्कराचार्यवर्याय यतिराजाय ते नमः शङ्कारूपेण मच्चित्तं पङ्कीकृतमभूद्यया किङ्करीयस्य सा माया शङ्कराचार्यमाश्रये प्रह्लादवरदो देवो यो नृसिंहः परो हरिः नृसिंहोपासकं नित्यं तन्नृसिंहगुरुं भजे श्री सच्चिदानंद शिवाभिनव्य नृसिंह भारत्यभिधान्यतीन्द्रान् विद्यानिधीन् मन्त्रनिधीन् सदात्मनिष्ठान् भजे मानव शम्भुरूपान् सदात्मध्याननिरतम् विषयेभ्यः पराङ्मुखं नौमि शास्त्रेषु निष्णातम् चन्द्रशेखर भारतीं विवेकिनं महाप्रज्ञं धैर्यौदार्य क्षमानिधिं सदाभिनवपूर्वन्तं विद्यातीर्थगुरुं भजे भारती करुणापात्रं भारती पदभूषणं भारती पदमारूढं भारती तीर्थमाश्रये भारती तीर्थपर्यन्तं भक्तहृत्तापनाशनं भवभीतिहरं देवं भावये सततं हृदि विद्या विनय संपन्न वीतरागं विवेकिनं वन्दे वेदांत तत्त्वज्ञं विधुशेखर भारतीम् अनंत गुण संपन्नाम् अनन्ताभिधयाश्रुताम् अनंत ज्ञानदात्रीं तां मातरं प्रणुमो वयम् गैर्वाण्या संविबोधेन जीवनं मौल्यसंयुतं या करोत्तान्नमाम्यम्बां शारदामूर्तरूपिणीम् कलाभ्यां चूडालङ्कृत शशिकलाभ्यां निजतपःफलाभ्यां भक्तेषु प्रकटितफलाभ्यां भवतु मे शिवाभ्यामस्तोकत्रिभुवन शिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनर्भवाभ्याम् आनन्दस्फुरदनुभवाभ्यां नतिर्यम्. Okay, we will begin with 41st verse. Aditi, Charu, if you have joined, please raise your hand. I will promote you to a panelist. Aditi. पापोत्पात विमोचनाय
पापोत्पात विमोचनाय पापोत्पातविमोचनाय
रुचिरैश्वर्याय मृत्युञ्जय
रुचिरैश्वर्याय मृत्युञ्जय रुचिरैश्वर्याय मृत्युञ्जय
स्तोत्रध्याननति प्रदक्षिण
स्तोत्रध्याननतिप्रदक्षिण स्तोत्रध्याननतिप्रदक्षिण
सपर्यालोकनाकर्णने
सपर्यालोकनकर्णने सपर्यालोकनकर्णने
जिह्वाचित्तशिरोङ्घ्रि
जिह्वाचित्तशिरोङ्घ्रि जिह्वाचित्तशिरोङ्घ्रि
शिरोङ्घ्रि
जिह्वाचित्तशिरोङ्घ्रि
हस्
जिह्वाचित्तशिरोङ्घ्रि
हस्तनयनश्रोत्रैरहं प्रार्थितः
हस्तनयनश्रोत्रैरहं प्रार्थितः हस्तनयनश्रोत्रैरहं प्रार्थितः
मामाज्ञापय तन्निरूपय मुहुः
मामाज्ञापय तन्निरूपय मुहुः मामाज्ञापय तन्निरूपय मुहुः
मामेव चः
मामेव चः मामेव चः
Tamam. So here actually we are not supposed to split in the second and the third line. We are supposed to chant the entire line together. It's a samasta padam compound word, but just for the first time I split in between the word, but we are not supposed to split that way. So now we will do the entire pada. पापोत्पात विमोचनाय रुचिरैश्वर्याय मृत्युञ्जय
पापोत्पातविमोचनाय रुचिरैश्वर्याय मृत्युञ्जय पापोत्पातविमोचनाय रुचिरैश्वर्याय मृत्युञ्जय
स्तोत्रध्याननति प्रदक्षिण सपर्यालोकनाकर्णने
स्तोत्रध्याननतिप्रदक्षिणसपर्यालोकनाकर्णने स्तोत्रध्याननतिप्रदक्षिणसपर्यालोकनाकर्णने
जिह्वाचित्तशिरोङ्घ्रिहस्तनयन श्रोत्रैरहं प्रार्थितः
जिह्वाचित्तशिरोङ्घ्रिहस्तनयनश्रोत्रैरहं प्रार्थितः जिह्वाचित्तशिरोङ्घ्रिहस्तनयनश्रोत्रैरहं प्रार्थितः
मामाज्ञापय तन्निरूपय मुहुः मामेव चः
मामाज्ञापय तन्निरूपय मुहुः मामेव च
वचः
मामाज्ञापय तन्निरूपय मुहुः मामेव चः
Uttamam. Now we will do half a verse. पापोत्पात विमोचनाय रुचिरैश्वर्याय मृत्युञ्जय स्तोत्र ध्यान नति प्रदक्षिण सपर्यालोकनाकर्णने
पापोत्पात विमोचनाय रुचिरैश्वर्याय मृत्युञ्जय स्तोत्र ध्यान नति प्रदक्षिण सपर्यालोकनाकर्णने पापोत्पात विमोचनाय रुचिरैश्वर्याय मृत्युञ्जय स्तोत्र ध्यान नति प्रदक्षिण सपर्यालोकनाकर्णने
जिह्वा चित्त शिरोङ्घ्रिहस्तनयन श्रोत्रैरहं प्रार्थितः मामाज्ञापय तन्निरूपय मुहुः मामेव चः
जिह्वाचित्तशिरोङ्घ्रिहस्तनयन श्रोत्रैरहं प्रार्थितः मामाज्ञापय तन्निरूपय मुहुः मामेव चः जिह्वाचित्तशिरोङ्घ्रिहस्तनयन श्रोत्रैरहं प्रार्थितः मामाज्ञापय तन्निरूपय मुहुः मामेव चः
Now the entire verse. पापोत्पात विमोचनाय रुचिरैश्वर्याय मृत्युञ्जय स्तोत्र ध्यान नति प्रदक्षिण सपर्यालोकनाकर्णने जिह्वा चित्त शिरोङ्घ्रिहस्तनयन श्रोत्रैरहं प्रार्थितः मामाज्ञापय तन्निरूपय मुहुः मामेव चः
पापोत्पात विमोचनाय रुचिरैश्वर्याय मृत्युञ्जय स्तोत्र ध्यान नति प्रदक्षिण सपर्यालोकनाकर्णने जिह्वाचित्तशिरोङ्घ्रिहस्तनयन श्रोत्रैरहं प्रार्थितः मामाज्ञापय तन्निरूपय मुहुः मामेव चः
Tamam. Now let's see the prose order. Hey Mrityunjaya, that is the way Bhagavan Parameshwara is addressed in this verse. Papotpata vimochanaya ruchiraishwaryaya stotra dhyana nati pradakshina saparya alokana akarnane jihva chitta shira anghri hasta नयन श्रोत्रैः अहं प्रार्थितः माम् आज्ञापय तत् मां निरूपय मुहुः मे अवचः मा एव. So in this very apt, again a very apt way of addressing Parameshwara, we will realize why when we see the meaning. Mrityunjaya, the one who has conquered Mrityu. Mrityor Mrityu, the one who is death to death itself, or the one who has conquered Yama or Mrityu or death, that is Parameshwara. Now even Yama is bound by time, but Parameshwara is Kalatita, he is beyond time and he is eternal. So he is the conqueror of Yama also. So he is called Mrityunjaya. So hey Mrityunjaya, hey Parameshwara, Papotpata Vimochanaya. Papa means sins, we all know. Utpata means calamity. So the sins themselves are calamities. Vimochana is to get rid of or to be released. Papotpada vimochanaya, to be released, to secure a release of freedom from this calamity of sins. Further, Ruchiraishwaryaya. So Ruchiraishwaryaya refers to for freedom and for prosperity. That is for moksha. So for freedom and for prosperity and for being released from this calamity of sins which we have accumulated, for that, stotra, dhyana, nati, pradakshina, saparya, alokana, akarnane. So these are the various forms of worship, of aradhana of Bhagavan. So we worship Bhagavan, or we undertake this aradhana of Bhagavan for freeing ourselves from all the sins and for attaining ultimate freedom, prosperity, which is moksha. So for liberation, basically. So for that, what all do we engage in? In stotra, in praising. That is when you praise through stotras, by singing the glory of Bhagavan, you are using the tongue, jihva you are using. Then dhyana, meditation, thinking of Bhagavan. For that, what do we use? We use the chitta, that is the mind. Then nati, that is prostrating. So you bow down your head and prostrate. So for that, we use the head or shiraha. Then angri, angri refers to the feet. So with the feet, how do we worship Bhagavan? By doing pradakshina. We use the feet for doing pradakshina to Bhagavan. So you can see the correlation here between the second line and the third line. That's which is why we are dealing with it in this way. So for pradakshina, you use angri. That is your feet. Then saparya, for worshipping, for serving Bhagavan, for worshipping, what do you use? Hasta, the hands. And alokana, to behold the glorious form of Bhagavan. Alokana is beholding the form. For that, what do we use? Nayana, the eyes. Then akarnana, the last one. Akarnana is to listen to the glories of Bhagavan, to listen to the leelas of Bhagavan, to listen to the scriptures. For that, what do we use? Shrotra, that is the ear. So, stotra, dhyana, nati, pradakshina, saparya, alokana, akarnana. These forms of worshipping Bhagavan. For all this, aham prarthitaha, I have been requested. By whom? By jihva chitta shirongri hasta nayana shrotraihi aham prarthitaha. Meaning, jihva by the tongue, chitta by the mind, shiraha by the head, angri by the feet, hasta by the hands, nayana by the eyes, and shrotraihi by the ears. So this everything is one samasta padam. Compound word. By all these indriyas, by all these organs, which are those? Jihva, chitta, shirongri, hasta, nayana, shrotraihi, aham prarthitaha. Shtotrai, this is instrumental case. Shtotraihi aham prarthitaha. By all these, I have been requested. By them, passive usage. So I have been requested by all these for worshipping you. Okay, and for attaining that release from sins and for attaining moksha. So for that, Om Mrityunjaya, Maam Ajnapaya, please direct me or please order me. Tat nirupaya, show me that path of attaining you, you and attaining liberation. Tatra nirupaya, muhuhu, repeatedly, mameva, to me, ma me vachaha. So this is a very beautiful usage. Ma means should never happen. What should never happen to me? Me avachaha. Avachaha means, vacha we know means, vak refers to speech. Avachaha means being speechless, so becoming dumb, meaning unable to sing the glory of Bhagavan, unable to, use our organs for praising the glory of Bhagavan or for worshipping Bhagavan. So let that not happen to me. Ma me avachaha. Let me not lose the power of the Indra. Here, actually, avachaha means let me not become without speech, like let me not become dumb, as in a state where I'm unable to talk. So we all know that the Indriyas, all these which have been referred to, and this entire system, that Chaitanya, Bhagavan is the one who is giving us this power to the Indriyas to work. So when we see, I mean, when the Indriyas lose their power, for whatever reason, age or whatever reason it might be, then the Indriyas don't work. For example, when a person loses sight or does not have sight, though the eyes might be there, but has no power of seeing. Similarly, when a person can't hear, is deaf, or cannot speak, when a person is dumb that way, or when, say, our faculties like the hands and feet lose their power, it happens with age, disease, injury, etc. So when that happens, the body is incapacitated to that extent, right? So to that extent, we are not able to carry out our activities or worship Bhagavan. So this is a prayer, a very powerful prayer Shankaracharya is making to Bhagavan, addressing him as Mrityunjaya, the one who conquers Yama and who bestows good health to everyone. So Mrityunjaya, the exact meaning is the conqueror of Yama or death. So, hey Mrityunjaya, let all these faculties of mine, which have, requested me to pray to you, let them always be in a very good shape, meaning let them be healthy. Let me be healthy for carrying on all these activities, for worshipping you. And let my organs never lose their power. Let me never become incapacitated. Let me never become in that state where, I'm unable to use them for the welfare and for worshipping you. So this is a prayer to also bless us with good health and the good power of all the Indriyas for carrying out dharma and for for worshipping Bhagavan. So this is a very beautiful verse in that way. We have a very famous line which my guru used to repeatedly say, Sharira Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. Only when the body is strong, this is the means for carrying out dharma, which is why so much of importance is given to protecting these indriyas, protecting this body, which we are blessed with as a means to carry out dharma and as a means to attain. This body is nothing but a vehicle or a means to attain that liberation. Therefore, it is important to have all the organs in their in their correct shape, so I'm not losing their capacity to function. So this is a prayer to Parameshwara. Also, this verse shows how all our organs, Jihva, Chitta, Shiraha, Angri, Hasta, Nayana, Shrotra, all these should always be engaged in worshipping Parameshwara in various ways, like Acharya has described in the second line, Stotra, Dhyana, Nati, Pradakshina, Saparya, Alokana, Karnane. In Shivamanasa Puja also, I think we have discussed this verse sometime previously. There is a verse where Shankaracharya himself says, Atmatvam Girijamati Sahacharaha Prana Shariram Griham Pujate Vishayopabhoga Rachana Nidra Samadhi Sthiti Sanchara Padayoho Pradakshina Vithihi Stotrani Sarvagiro Yadyat Karma Karomi Tattadakhilam Shambho Tavaradhanam. Whatever I do, my walking, let it become a Pradakshina for you. My speech, let it become a stotra for you. Whatever I do, Shambho, let it be an aradhana to you. So all my faculties are engaged in worshipping Parameshwara. Here, the same bhava, but he's saying in a way that all these tongue, mind, feet, hand, eyes, ears I have been requested by them to engage in your stotra, dhyana, nati, pradakshina, saparya, lokana, karnane. So for why? What happens with this? Papotpata vimochanaya, to release me from the calamity of sins, and ruchiraishwaryaya, to attain the ultimate prosperity of liberation. So, hey Parameshwara, please bless me, order me, Agnyapaya. And also Nirupaya, please guide me, take me, show me that path to attain that liberation. And let me never become incapacitated. So let all my indriyas be strong to always engage in your worship. This is the meaning of this verse. Now let us quickly go through the entire meaning. O Bhagavan Parameshwara, the conqueror of death, for release from the calamities caused by sins and for attaining freedom and prosperity, I dedicate myself to praising you through stotras, meditating upon you, offering salutations, performing pradakshina, engaging in puja, beholding your form, and listening to your glories. With my tongue, mind, head, feet, hands, eyes, and ears, I am compelled to seek your guidance. Please direct me repeatedly to that righteous path. May I never be deprived of the ability to express my devotion through speech. Let me always remain capable of praising and serving you. Now let us go through this verse once along with the meaning. You understand each word, the meaning, and you can chant. पापोत्पात विमोचनाय रुचिरैश्वर्याय मृत्युञ्जय स्तोत्र ध्यान नति प्रदक्षिण सपर्यालोकना कर्णने जिह्वा चित्त शिरोङ्घ्रिहस्तनयन श्रोत्रैरहं प्रार्थितः मामाज्ञापय तन्निरूपय मुहुः मामेव चः. Okay. Next, Aditi. I think Charu is not here. If you're here, Charu, please raise your hand. I can't see you. Or you could send me a message. Okay, Aditi. Next one. गाम्भीर्यं परिखापदं घनधृतिः
गाम्भीर्यं परिखापदं घनधृतिः गाम्भीर्यं परिखापदं घनधृतिः
उद्यद्गुणस्तोमश्चाप्तबलम्
प्राकार उद्यद्गुणस्तोमश्चाप्तबलम् प्राकार उद्यद्गुणस्तोमश्चाप्तबलम्
घनेन्द्रियचयः द्वाराणि देहे स्थितः विद्यावस्तु समृद्धिरित्यखिल सामग्री समेते सदा दुर्गाति प्रियदेव मामकमनो दुर्गे निवासं कुरु. Again, here we are not supposed to split in between the second line, third line and fourth line. We will see how that is. So, Gambhiryam, Bha is Mahaprana. Parikhapadam, Kha is Mahaprana. When you combine parikha padam and ghana dhritihi, combining we get parikha padam ghana dhritihi. So note that sandhi parikha padam ghana dhritihi prakara. Here we do not split udyad guna. We don't pause there. It is one word which goes to the next line. So while chanting, we chant together. Udyad guna stomash chapta balam. So we chant that together. Note that Udyad Gunas Tomash Chapta Balam Ghanendriya Chayaha. Again combining Apta Balam and Ghanendriya Chayaha, we get Udyad Gunas Tomash Chapta Balam Ghanendriya Chayaha. Like in the previous line, right? We got Parikha Padang Ghanadhritihi. Similarly here, Apta Balam Ghanendriya Chayaha. Dvarani Dehe Sthitaha. विद्यावस्तु समृद्धिरित्यखिल सामग्री समेते सदा. One word till samete. We don't split between that line. Note the Mahapranas Samriddhi and Akhila. Next line. Durgati Priyadeva Mamaka Mano Durge Nivasam Kuru. Combining we get Nivasam Kuru. Now let us do one line at a time, but I will not split after the first line. We will go up till middle of the second line. Gambhiryam parikha padam dhanadhritihi prakara udyad gunastomaschapta balam ghanendriya chayaha.
गाम्भीर्यं परिखापदं घनधृतिः प्राकार उद्यद्गुणस्तोमश्चाप्तबलं घनेन्द्रियचयः गाम्भीर्यं परिखापदं घनधृतिः प्राकार उद्यद्गुणस्तोमश्चाप्तबलं घनेन्द्रियचयः
द्वाराणि देहे स्थितः
द्वाराणि देहे स्थितः द्वाराणि देहे स्थितः
विद्यावस्तु समृद्धिरित्यखिल सामग्री समेते सदा.
विद्यावस्तु समृद्धिरित्यखिल सामग्री समेते सदा विद्यावस्तु समृद्धिरित्यखिल सामग्री समेते सदा
दुर्गाति प्रियदेव मामकमनो दुर्गे निवासं कुरु.
दुर्गाति प्रियदेव मामकमनो दुर्गे निवासं कुरु दुर्गाति प्रियदेव मामकमनो दुर्गे निवासं कुरु.
Okay, now two lines at a time. Gambhiryam parikhapadam ghanadhritihi prakara udyad gunastomaschapta balam ghanendriya chayah dvarani dehe sthitah.
गाम्भीर्यं परिखापदं घनधृतिः प्राकार उद्यद्गुणस्तोमश्चाप्तबलं घनेन्द्रियचयः द्वाराणि देहे स्थितः गाम्भीर्यं परिखापदं घनधृतिः प्राकार उद्यद्गुणस्तोमश्चाप्तबलं घनेन्द्रियचयः द्वाराणि देहे स्थितः
विद्यावस्तु समृद्धिरित्यखिल सामग्री समेते सदा दुर्गाति प्रियदेव मामकमनो दुर्गे निवासं कुरु.
विद्यावस्तु समृद्धिरित्यखिल धृतिरत्यखिलसामग्री समेते सदा दुर्गातिप्रियदेव मामकमनो दुर्गे निवासं कुरु विद्यावस्तु समृद्धिरित्यखिलसामग्री समेते सदा दुर्गातिप्रियदेव मामकमनो दुर्गे निवासं कुरु.
Uttamam. Now the whole verse at a time. गाम्भीर्यं परिखापदं घनधृतिः प्राकार उद्यद्गुणस्तोमश्चाप्तबलं घनेन्द्रियचयः द्वाराणि देहे स्थितः विद्यावस्तु समृद्धिरित्यखिल सामग्री समेते सदा दुर्गाति प्रियदेव मामकमनो दुर्गे निवासं कुरु.
गाम्भीर्यं परिखापदं घनधृतिः प्राकार उद्यद्गुणस्तोमश्चाप्तबलं घनेन्द्रियचयः द्वाराणि देहे स्थितः विद्यावस्तु समृद्धिरित्यखिल सामग्री समेते सदा दुर्गातिप्रियदेव मामकमनो दुर्गे निवासं कुरु.
Uttamam. Durgati Priyadeva. Note how Parameshwara is being addressed. Hey Durgati Priyadeva. There are a lot of reasons why he refers to Parameshwara in this way. Parikhapadam Gambhiryam Ghanadhritihi Prakaraha Udyadgunastomascha Apta Balam Dehe Sthitaha Ghanendriyachayah Dwarani Vidya Vastu Samriddhihi Iti Akhila Samagri Samete Mamaka Manodurge Sada Nivasam Kuru. We have seen there are various ways Shankaracharya has referred to the mind. He refers to the mind once as that tent, and then he refers to the mind as a thief and mind as a monkey. Kapalin Vikshome Hridayakapi Matyanta Chapalam Dridham Bhaktya Badhva Shiva Bhavadadhinam Kuru Vibho. There, very beautiful verse we learned in this class in Shivananda Lahari. So their mind was referred to as a monkey. So here in this verse, Mamaka Manodurga, the mind is referred to as a fort. Now, Durga, this word is very significant in this verse. So Durga Ati Priya Deva. So at the first blush, when we see the word Durga, we all remember Jagannatha, Durga. So Durge, Durgati Nashini. Durga is someone who is very difficult to attain. So someone who is, very difficult to conquer. So which is why Durga also refers to a fort. So the fort, there are a lot of, in those days when rulers used to stay in forts, and when the kingdom was protected by forts, there are a lot of shastras on how a fort had to be constructed. So Durga is something which cannot be conquered easily, which cannot be entered into easily. So that is how that is the word meaning of the word Durga. Now Durga Ati Priya Deva. One meaning is Durga Ati Priya Deva. So very beloved of Durga, or the one to whom Durga is beloved, Durga Devi. Another meaning is the one who loves residing in a fort. And fort, Durga, another meaning is the mountain. So Bhagavan Parameshwara resides in the mountains, right? So there, Himalayas. So Durga also refers to the mountain. So multiple meanings to this word Durga. Durga Ati Priya Deva refers to Parameshwara, But there are various reasons why Shankaracharya has used this very aptly in this verse. Mamaka Manodurge Nivasam Kuru. He Durgati Priyadeva, the one who loves residing in Durga or a fort, or it can also be taken as Jagat Janani. So that is also a play of words here. But the mind in this verse is compared to a fort. The mind itself is a fort. Mamaka Manodurge, Mamaka, my, Manodurge, in this fort called my mind, Nivasam Kuru, please reside. So how beautifully, even literary beauty of this verse when one sees Durgati Priyadeva, Mamaka Manodurge, Nivasam Kuru. Now, the other three lines are a description of this Mamaka Mano Durga, this my mind called the fort. How is it? So we should all imagine how forts were constructed. So they had huge walls, right? And walls which an enemy cannot enter because you can't climb those walls. And with such huge walls on one surrounding the fort, and then in front of the walls, in front of those huge walls, we are all aware, even now we can see some of the historical structures. We had what is called a moat, right? That is, a moat is a very deep trench filled with water around the fort. And in that moat, you have, sometimes there used to be all these dangerous creatures like crocodiles, etc. So if one has to enter the fort, one had to cross that moat, and that was itself very difficult to do, so that enemies could not enter. That was the objective of constructing so with so much of care and guarding the fort. And once you, after the moat, you had that fort with huge walls, and then inside there was a army guarding, right? Very able army guarding the king and guarding the fort. And inside the fort also, there used to be a lot of samagri, all the essential materials required for the people, etc. So that way, imagining that, let us understand each expression used here. So, Gambhiryam Parikhapadam. So here in this verse, the mind itself is compared to a fort. So we should also think about it in that way. Now, the depth, a very deep moat is there surrounding this fort. So Gambhiryam Parikhapadam. Gambhiryam is the depth of character. Gambhiryam, Gambhira, we've heard this in many Indian languages also. So the depth of character itself is the moat. Parikhapadam refers to the moat. So a deep moat is there. So that, what is that with reference to the mind? The depth of character, Gambhiryam itself is the moat. Then Ghanadhritihi Prakaraha. Ghanadhritihi, the fortitude itself is the wall of the fort. Now, Ghana is very strong. And Dhriti, now Dhriti, we come across this word in the Gita also many times. So this fortitude, or that sthiryam and dhairyam, courage, that quality is referred to here as Ghanadhritihi. That itself is the prakara, or the wall of the fort. So what does this indicate? This indicates that the mind, here the mind itself is the fort. The mind also ought to have these qualities. And Shankaracharya is saying, hey Parmeshwara, my mind fort has these qualities. It is very safe. Therefore, please come and reside happily in this mind fort of mine. This is the bhava in this particular verse. So, Ghanadhritihi Prakaraha. So, Ghanadhriti itself is the wall of the fort, which is so strong, which means the mind always has to be that strong. And a mind which is dedicated to Parameshwara ought to be that strong. Like bhakti, when you have that bhakti, then bhaya does not exist. So they are antithetical to each other. So when there is bhakti, there is no that strong bhakti and faith, then there is no bhaya, the fear. then that Ghanadhritihi automatically comes as a quality of the mind. So Ghanadhritihi prakaraha, that is the wall of the fort. Udyad gunas tomaha apta balam. So the apta balam is a trustworthy army. Apta, trustworthy army. So what is the army in this mind fort of mine? Udyad gunas tomaha. The collection of virtues, the collection of gunas or good qualities itself is the trustworthy army, which is present in my fort, in my mind fort. So what happens? Next, let us see this also. Ghanendriya chayaha. Ghana, again, twice this word is used. Ghana indriya chayaha. So indriyas, the organs, are again Ghanendriya chayaha. They are disciplined sense organs, not the organs which are given to loitering in worldly pleasures without any control. They are self-controlled, disciplined sense organs. Dwarani, they are the doors. Dehe sthitaha. So in this body of mine, the moat is the depth of character, gambhiryam. Then the wall of the fort is Ghanadhritihi. The collection of virtues are that trustworthy army, Aptabalam. The well-disciplined, controlled Indriyas are the doors to the fort. So the fort will have doors to go out also. Now, Indriyas are the doors through which we experience this world, but they have to be disciplined and controlled. So these Indriyas of mine are disciplined and controlled. In such a fort, Vidya Vastu Samriddhihi iti akhila samagri samete. So in such a fort which is well guarded, disciplined, well controlled, what do we have? Vidya, knowledge. Vastu samriddhi. Vidya vastu is wealth. So there is an abundance, samriddhi, abundance of knowledge and wealth. Akhila samagri. Then all the various samagri is material. So all the plentiful collection of materials which are required exist in this fort. So this Vidya refers to Adhyatma Vidya or the Brahmanandam, Shivanandam, knowledge of Parameshwara. So we have that when a mind is in this way, automatically that becomes the ground for attaining Brahmanandam or Shivanandam. So that Vidya, that Adhyatma Vidya is there also in this particular fort, and there's a plentiful collection of all the various materials. Sada, always, Hey Durga Atipriya Deva, the one who loves Atipriya, loves extremely a fort or Durga. I told you Durga also refers to a fort. In this Mamaka Mano Durge, in this fort of mine, Nivasan Kuru, please reside. So this shows how beautifully Shankaracharya, by addressing Parameshwara as Durgatipriya Deva, he refers to the mind as a fort, as a Durga in this particular verse, and says, my mind, this fort of mine, which is my mind, is well guarded by all these things. Ghampiryam, Ghanadhritihi, Udyad Gunaha, then Ghanendriya Chayaha. And it also has Vidya, Vastu, Samriddhi, and Akhila Samagri. So you have everything in this fort of this mind of mine, O Parameshwara. So please come and reside in this mind fort of mine. Nivasan Kuru, please reside. This is the meaning. Now let us read the entire meaning once. O Bhagavan Parameshwara, Durgati Priya Deva, the one who delights in dwelling within fortresses, or the one who delights in dwelling in Durga, or the beloved of Durga, please reside in the fortress of my mind, which is well guarded and complete in every way. Its deep moat is my steadfastness, and its strong wall is my courage. The many virtues manifest within are like a trustworthy army. The disciplined sense organs act as its gates or doors, while knowledge is its treasure. With all these elements ever present and plentiful, I humbly invite you to make this fortified mind your eternal abode. So this is the meaning of this verse. Now, like I said, let us see in the last line, Mamaka Mano Durge. So there it is in Saptami Vibhakti, Mamaka Mano Durge, in my mind, called the fort, in locative case, Nivasan Kuru. So that is the meaning of this verse. Now we will read the entire verse once. Gambhiryam parikhapadam ghanadhritihi prakara udyad gunastomaschapta balam ghanendriya chayah dvarani dehe sthitah vidyavastu samriddhirit Tyakila samagri samete sada Durgati priyadeva mamaka mano durge nivasan kuru. Okay. Now, in this verse, Shankaracharya referred to the mind as a Durga fort. Now, let us see in the next verse, a very beautiful verse. Maybe we can just start. We'll see how far we can go with it. Aditi. In this verse, he refers to the mind as Manahkantara. That is the forest. The mind itself is a forest with lot of mrigas, wild animals going helter and skelter. So let us learn the chanting, then we'll see the meaning. Magachattvamitastato girishabhoho.
Magachattvamitastato girishabhoho. Magachattvamitastato girishabhoho.
Mayyeva vasam kuru.
Mayyeva vasam kuru. Mayyeva vasam kuru.
Swaminadikirata.
Swaminadikirata. Swaminadikirata.
Mamaka manah kantara simantare.
Mamaka manah kantara simantare. Mamaka manah kantara simantare.
Vartante bahusho mrigamadajushaha.
Vartante bahusho mrigamadajushaha. Vartante bahusho mrigamadajushaha.
Matsaryamohadayaha.
Matsaryamohadayaha. Matsaryamohadayaha.
Tan hatva mrigaya vinodaruchitalabham.
Tan hatva mrigaya vinodaruchitalabham. Tan hatva mrigaya vinodaruchitalabham.
Cha samprapsyasi.
Cha samprapsyasi. Cha samprapsyasi.
Magacha. Cha is Mahaprana. Magacha tvamitastato girisha bhoho. Bho is Mahaprana. Mayyeva vasam kuru. Vasam kuru combining vasam kuru. Swamin adikirata. Mamaka manah kantara simantare. Mamaka manaha. Here again mind. Manaha kantara. So manaha here visarga followed by ka becomes jihva muliya. Mamaka manah kantara simantare. Vartante bahusho mriga madajushaha. Matsarya mohadayah tan hatva mrigaya vinoda ruchita labham. Here we don't split one word. Mrigaya vinoda ruchita labham and cha. So labham plus cha combining we chant it as labhancha. Samprapsyasi. Note this word. Samprapsyasi. Samprapsyasi. P, S and Ya. There are three samyuktaksharas here. Samprapsyasi. That should be chanted clearly. One variation, Pathantara, in some books you find it as Ruchira Labham. Therefore, we have just indicated with a star here. Both are correct. Now we'll do one line at a time. Ma gacchatvamitastato girishabhoh mayyeva vasam kuru.
मा गच्छत्वमितस्ततो गिरिशभोः मय्येव वासं कुरु मा गच्छत्वमितस्ततो गिरिशभोः मय्येव वासं कुरु
स्वामिन्नादिकिरातमामकमनः कान्तारसीमान्तरे.
स्वामिन्नादिकिरातमामकमनः कान्तारसीमान्तरे स्वामिन्नादिकिरातमामकमनः कान्तारसीमान्तरे
वर्तन्ते बहुशो मृगामदजुषः मात्सर्यमोहादयः.
वर्तन्ते बहुशो मृगमदजुषः मात्सर्यमोहादयः वर्तन्ते बहुशो मृगमदजुषः मात्सर्यमोहादयः
तान् हत्वा मृगया विनोदरुचिता लाभं च सम्प्राप्स्यसि.
तान् हत्वा मृगया विनोदरुचिता लाभं च सम्प्राप्स्यसि तान् हत्वा मृगया विनोदरुचिता लाभं च सम्प्राप्स्यसि
Here, Swamin Adikirata. Just for you to know, combining, we don't split there. Swamin Adikirata. Now we'll do two lines at a time. Ma gacchatvamitastato girishabhoh mayyeva vasam kuru Swamin Adikirata mamakamana कान्तारसीमान्तरे.
मा गच्छत्वमितस्ततो गिरिशभोः मय्येव वासं कुरु स्वामिन्नादिकिरातमामकमनः कान्तारसीमान्तरे मा गच्छत्वमितस्ततो गिरिशभोः मय्येव वासं कुरु स्वामिन्नादिकिरातमामकमनः कान्तारसीमान्तरे
वर्तन्ते बहुशो मृगामदजुषः मात्सर्यमोहादयः तान् हत्वा मृगया विनोदरुचिता लाभं च सम्प्राप्स्यसि.
वर्तन्ते बहुशो मृगमदजुषः मात्सर्यमोहादयः तान् हत्वा मृगया विनोदरुचिता लाभं च सम्प्राप्स्यसि वर्तन्ते बहुशो मृगमदजुषः मात्सर्यमोहादयः तान् हत्वा मृगया विनोदरुचिता लाभं च सम्प्राप्स्यसि.
Now the entire verse. Ma gacchatvamitastato girishabhoh mayyeva vasam kuru swaminnaadikiratamamakamana कान्तारसीमान्तरे. वर्तन्ते बहुशो मृगामदजुषः मात्सर्यमोहादयः तान् हत्वा मृगया विनोदरुचिता लाभं च सम्प्राप्स्यसि।
मा गच्छत्वमितस्ततो गिरिशभोः मय्येव वासं कुरु स्वामिन्नादिकिरातमामकमनः कान्तारसीमान्तरे वर्तन्ते बहुशो मृगामदजुषः मात्सर्यमोहादयः तान् हत्वा मृगया विनोदरुचिता लाभं च सम्प्राप्स्यसि।
Uttamam. So in this, Shankaracharya is referring to Parameshwara as Adi Kirata, the first among hunters or the eternal hunter. And Swamin, my mind itself is a very is a beautiful forest which has a lot of wild animals. So let us see in the next class what this is a very beautiful verse again. Addressing Parameshwara as Adikirata, hunter, and the mind as a forest which has a lot of animals, and inviting Shiva for hunting these wild animals in my mind, the forest itself. He doesn't have to go anywhere else to for his hunting expeditions. My mind itself is a beautiful forest with a lot of wild animals. So please come and reside in my mind, Adikirata, oh ancient or the first among hunters. So we will see why he is called Adikirata and word to word meaning in the next class. So let us chant these, praying for everyone's well-being, peace everywhere, and Sarve Bhadrani Pashyanto. Let everyone see only auspiciousness, and let no one be subject to any sorrow. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। राम राम राम। आगामी शनिवासरे पुनर्मिलामः. We will meet next Saturday. Thank you all for attending. Thank you, Aditi.